Hey everyone, and welcome back to another explainer. Today, we're diving into a really fascinating source that maps out a comprehensive 30-day weight loss blueprint. Now, what makes this specific roadmap so interesting is its heavy focus on physiological sustainability over the, typical starvation models we so often see out there. If you've ever hit a plateau, or just felt the absolute exhaustion of metabolic stalls, well, we're gonna unpack exactly how this material structures rapid fat loss. And honestly, more importantly, we'll look at why it actually works on a biological level.
Look, it's a completely common frustration. You put in all this effort, you're trying so hard, but eventually the scale just refuses to move. Metabolic stalls are notoriously stubborn, but this source material outlines a 30-day protocol that is specifically designed to break through those exact plateaus. We're looking at a roadmap that aims to literally reset your metabolic baseline in just 1 month.
Okay, let's dive into this. The core philosophy of this whole blueprint is incredibly straightforward. It's all about providing a simple, sustainable roadmap to shed fat without starving yourself. The text really emphasizes that lasting weight loss isn't achieved through severe caloric deprivation. Honestly, doing that usually just tanks your metabolism entirely. Instead, it's about working smarter. It's about manipulating what and when you eat to keep your body fueled, perfectly satisfied, and locked right into a fat-burning state. To pull this off, the blueprint scientifically breaks the 30 days down into 3 highly focused 10-day phases. You've got Phase 1 from days 1 to 10, Phase 2 from days 11 to 20, and finally Phase 3 wrapping it up on days 21 through 30. Chopping the month up like this makes the whole physiological journey so much more structured and manageable. So let's look at the first block, Phase 1 Nutrition Reset, which covers days 1 through 10.
And this brilliantly illustrates the big shift you have to make. This initial phase is your absolute foundation, and it's entirely about actively teaching your body to prioritize burning fat. To actually achieve this reset, you have to aggressively cut out the junk. Processed sugar, soda, chips, and sweets, gone. They are swapped entirely for water, fresh fruits, and nuts. Now, it sounds super simple on paper, right? But look, surviving the first 3 days of a sugar detox is no joke. Your brain will literally fight you for a dopamine hit. But pushing through that initial behavioral shift is exactly what forces your metabolism out of that glucose-dependent state.
But it's not just about what you eat. The blueprint dictates exactly how you eat. Notice these portion control tactics. Controlling your portions by using smaller plates actually leverages a psychological trick called the Del Buffet illusion. It essentially tricks your brain into seeing a physically smaller amount of food as this massive, totally filling meal. You combine that mental trick with avoiding second helpings and loading up on the specific protein-rich meals listed here, things like eggs, chicken, fish, legumes, and Greek yogurt. Those foods have a really high thermic effect, meaning they keep you feeling incredibly satiated, which naturally kills the urge to overeat.
Next up, we have a vital target, 2.5. This represents the average of the 2 to 3 liters of water you absolutely need to drink every single day. Listen, proper hydration is a totally non-negotiable rule during this reset, and it's not just about making your stomach feel full. Physiologically, water is absolutely essential for lipolysis. That's the actual biological process your body uses to metabolize stored fat. Without enough water, that fat-burning engine essentially just grinds to a complete halt.
The source also highly recommends this awesome tip. Keep a food journal to track what you eat. Writing down every single bite brings a massive level of accountability. More importantly, it completely wipes out what I like to call mindless calorie amnesia. You know, those casual handfuls of snacks we just kind of eat and conveniently forget about? Yeah, journaling forces hyper-awareness during this critical reset window.
Let's move on and see how this builds in Phase 2, Active Lifestyle, covering days 11 through 20.
Okay, so with your nutrition totally dialed in from those first 10 days, the focus now shifts dramatically to physical activation. You need to be exercising 4 to 5 times a week, starting with just 20 to 30 minutes of cardio. On top of that, you add in body weight strength training. We're talking basic squats, push-ups, and planks. But honestly, the real secret sauce here is the demand to stay active outside the gym. Taking the stairs instead of the elevator, avoiding prolonged sitting, all of this maximizes your NEAT. That stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Increasing your need is this highly effective yet often completely overlooked catalyst that massively compounds your daily calorie burn.
Which brings us to this absolutely crucial number, 8. You need to be aggressively targeting, if that's even a thing you can do when trying to relax, 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep every single night during this physical activation phase.
So, what does this all mean? Why is that sleep metric so wildly important?
While the source points out a direct physiological cause and effect, sleep helps your body recover from physical stress, and critically, it regulates your hormones. Check this out. When you are sleep deprived, your body actually overproduces ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone, and it suppresses leptin, which is the hormone that signals fullness. So ignoring your sleep literally biologically programs your body to crave junk food and store fat. It'll stall your progress no matter how incredibly disciplined you are in the kitchen.
All right, moving to the final stretch. Phase 3, fine-tuning and consistency. This covers days 21 through 30. This last 10-day block is what we call the solidification phase. It's where temporary diet changes transform into permanent lifelong habits. To successfully navigate it, the blueprint outlines some next-level steps. First, track your progress using measurements or photos. Seriously, don't just rely on the scale, because body composition shifts aren't always reflected in your total weight. Second, increase your workout intensity. Throw in some intervals or resistance bands, since your body is definitely adapting to the initial stress by now. And third, just consistently balance your meals with veggies, lean proteins, and healthy fats.
So the crucial point here, and the blueprint explicitly states this vital rule, is don't let one cheat day demotivate you. Just get back on track immediately. Perfection is a complete illusion. If you have a slip-up, you absolutely do not throw the whole month out the window. Actually, scratch that. You just pivot back to your plan with your very next meal. Being consistent over a 30-day period is vastly more effective than striving to be flawless every single minute of the day.
I love how the source material summarizes the core philosophy of this entire blueprint with this concluding insight. The last phase is about cementing healthy habits that will last far beyond 30 days. The 30 days themselves are really just the structured launchpad needed to permanently reset your baseline.
Ultimately, this explainer and this entire roadmap kind of redefine what the true end goal actually is. Yes, of course, the mechanics are designed for rapid fat loss, but true transformation? It isn't just some visual metric on a scale or in a mirror. It is about feeling incredibly stronger, substantially healthier, and just vastly more confident in your day-to-day life. It is a total physiological and psychological upgrade.
So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. What is your 30-day goal? You've got the roadmap right here. You know the biological mechanics behind all 3 phases now, from the nutrition reset and NEAT activation right through to the fine-tuning required to cement these habits. If you are ready to test this framework and break through your own plateaus, I want you to drop your specific 30-day goal in the comments below. Make that commitment to yourself today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I will see you next time.